about a current event that's coming on the other side of the CrowdStrike incident. Delta is suing CrowdStrike because they said they lost from $350 to $500 million because of the incident. And then CrowdStrike and Microsoft are responding, saying that other airlines recovered sooner and had a much less significant loss, but Delta did not allow them to support them in the recovery process. And the thing that I want to dive into, and this is relevant for us, because we can't always prevent an incident from occurring, but how prepared are we to recover when an incident occurs? Do you have an incident response plan? Do you have a business continuity DR plan? Have you done some testing and trained your people of what to do in the event that something happens, and now you gotta isolate the threat and you gotta do all these things to recover, and then you gotta get your business back up to running business as usual? Have you planned that out? And for a lot of businesses, that just seems like, it feels like overhead, because in our mind we wanna say, well, that could never happen. But we live in the day and age where the impossible thing that we think could never happen, it happens. Just having cyber insurance is not enough, because if you have cyber insurance, what they're going to be looking for is, have you put the right controls in place that justifies them now giving you millions of dollars to cover your loss? Because I can tell you for a fact that if they can come back and say, well, you didn't have any business continuity in place, or you didn't have the right incident response plan, or you missed this, or you didn't report the incident in a timely manner, so you got fined, so we're not going to pay you this much, we're going to only pay you this much. So it's really, really important for businesses to not look at this as overhead. It's a necessary part of doing business. And I'm going to tell you a little, it's funny, but it's sad. Dentist's office. You know, for US, medical falls under HIPAA. Those are legal requirements that you have to put in place to protect medical data. Their business continuity plan and their DR plan for their data was to back it up on a USB drive and put it in a baggie and put it in the freezer. That sounds like that's a terrible business continuity DR plan. But this is what they were doing. I'm not suggesting that any of you would do something that simplistic, but I'm just saying, people have our data and we're counting on them to protect that data and to be able to recover it if there's an incident. And it's a responsibility. And in some industries, it's a legal obligation. So we're going to see how this legal event plays out between Delta and CrowdStrike and Microsoft. But it's just interesting to take note of the whole concept of business continuity and disaster recovery and how that might play out in your business. Are you prepared for an incident?
Time to level up. Level up.